Hi, good morning, my dear students. I, Before going to do this presentation, I would like to thank you for all people who supported me with feedback. Coming to this presentation, we'll see especially Unit 4 for the FEA subject, that is two-dimensional vector variable problem. Coming to this slide, Unit 4, that is two-dimensional vector variable problem. This syllabus is framed by Anna University. This is your portion. Here, red highlighted topic which is important in Anna University examination, that is equation of elasticity, plane stress, plane strain, axis symmetric problem, body forces and temperature effect, stress, calculation, plate and cell element. Here you may be aware of that the term elasticity, stress and strain. Anyhow, here I am explain what is it elasticity. So elasticity is a measure of deformation of an object when a force is applied, or simply we call it capable of stretching. The next term is stress. Stress is force over area, and the strain is change in length over original length. The next we are going to discuss plane stress. So what is the meaning of plane stress? Plane stress is a thin plate subjected to forces in their plane only fall under this category of the problem. For example, for rectangular plate, if we applied the force, so that is called as plane stress. The next one is we discuss about plane strain. A plane strain, a long body subjected to lateral force but little longitudinal force fall under this category. Example 5. It is called as plane strain. The next one is axis symmetry. So before going to know that, we should know what is the meaning of symmetry. Okay. So symmetry, a part made up of exactly similar parts functioning each other. We will discuss the forthcoming slides about axis symmetry problems and axis symmetry concepts. Okay. The next one, the plate and cell element. So what is the meaning of plate? So you know about the plate, that is x and y the direction with negligible thickness, that is very small thickness. A plate is a planar structure with a very small thickness in comparison to the planar dimension. So it is called as plate element. The next one is cell element. Cell element is a curved surface which their shape can withstand both membrane and bending force. It is called as cell element. So plate and cell element, it is only for theory point of view, and also giving the derivation only. So if you not worry about this particular two area, that is plate and cell element, the very important thing is the red highlighted topic only. So here for example, cell element, that is a curved surface, that is for mainly for surface area. If you are laminating some body, okay, if you are binding some body, so that is called a cell element. Okay, that is for lamination or lay up one by one. That object it is called as cell element. I hope you understand this explanation. Next, while in the classroom session, many students are asked me to take the class in exam point of view. For that reason why here I attached the 3 previous year Anna University question paper, and we will see their discussion in upcoming slides. Here I enclose November-December 2018 Anna University question paper. Here I only put for 4th unit, that is 14th A and 14th B. Here you can see that is plane stress element. You can see the plane stress element and determine the element stress. Okay. Here also we can see that is axisymmetrical element. So that is the important topic which I highlighted in the curriculum. So that is axisymmetrical element. So what they are asking, calculate the element stresses. Calculate the element. The next, here I attached, that is April-May 2018 question paper. A thin plate of thickness 5 mm. So I already told that what is the plate element. So that is a thin plate element subjected to axial loading is shown in figure 14a. It is divided into two triangular elements dividing it diagonally. So it is given as diagonally it can be divided this plate element. Okay. So in order to get a two triangular elements. So what they are asking? They are asking strain displacement matrix, that is P, and stiffness matrix. Okay. And load vector and consecutive matrix. Okay. Here you don't want to calculate the stiffness matrix because the question is asked only for 8 marks. So they are limited to only for strain displacement matrix. The next 14th A second, that is 5 mark question, that is plane stress and plane strain analysis. I already explained it is what is the meaning of plane stress and what is the meaning of plane strain. So plane strain is nothing but the longitudinal dimension. For example, pipe. Plane stress is nothing but it is considered for plate element. This is for plate element we need to calculate it. So that is plane stress. The next B, 14th B, you can see that it's a triangular element, axisymmetrical element. You need to calculate the displacement matrix B and the constructive matrix B. Then second one is the derive the stiffness matrix for one-dimensional linear element. So one-dimensional linear element we studied in unit 2 itself. So you can write easily. So you're getting the mark of 4. Next question we see the April-May 2017 in both A and B questions they are asking only about axisymmetric element, axisymmetric triangular element. So what we need to calculate the stiffness matrix. Here what we are need to evaluate the strain displacement matrix. So here it is 16 mark, here also 16. So this is your previous year question paper. You will be understand. So that is why here I am highlighted that is the important topic we need to study compulsory. Then only we get it. We attend 1 in March. 1 in March, right? 16 or 13 marks we can be attended. So next you have in all the question they asked only about axisymmetry. So we need to understand what is the meaning of axisymmetry. So we will see the further slide what is the meaning of axisymmetry. So this is axisymmetric solid. Before going to see the axisymmetric, we should know about what is the meaning of symmetric. So symmetry is nothing but when two or more parts are identical after a flip, slide or turn. Or simply symmetry is a reflection or mirror, or in technical way, the parts made up of exactly similar parts facing each other. So it is called as symmetry. For example, our body is made up of symmetry. How I can say it? If you are cut the body in the center position, the similar part will replica in the another part. So that is why our body is also made up of symmetry. And you can another example in eye section. Okay, you can see the eye section. The eye section is called as symmetry. Okay, we have cut the portion at the center about x-axis and y-axis. We can the remaining part will be same. So that is called as symmetry. It is called as symmetry, not a axis. Okay. So now you can see the axis symmetry. You can see the axis symmetry. The axis symmetric, the part is made up of symmetrical about an axis. So a part is made up of symmetrical about an axis. So the part will be made through the axis. It is called as axis symmetric. So here the definition: the solid with an axis of symmetry or solid of revolution with axis symmetrical loading are modeled as a simple 2D element. Or another definition: an axisymmetric solid of revolution is defined as a 3D body that is generated by rotating a plane and is most easily described in cylindrical coordinates, where Z is called as axis of symmetry. The upcoming slide will discuss about the examples of axis symmetry. So this is example: flywheel, bearing, thick-walled pressure vessel, tank, pipe. So these are called as axis symmetric. So you can see this is the axis of rotation. Here it is the axis X. Here I draw the 2D part in order to make the rotation. We getting the axis symmetrical. Here it is a pressure vessel. That is a closed pressure vessel. Here the axis. I only draw these particular part. You can see the I draw only these 2D element and it will be revolved in order to get the axis symmetric. And bone, that also called as axis symmetric. Okay. Here it is for see the cylindrical element. How it is cut in the part? How it will be displayed? It will be like this. Okay. Here it is the same replicate action will be applied here in this left hand side also. Okay. Suppose I am going to draw this but one particular rectangular section with the dimension of this Then after revolving, after making a axis of rotation, then we getting the cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, you studied in HMT, cylindrical coordinate system. So that is r, z, r, theta. Okay, it is can be discussed about this. The next you can see the triangular element. Okay, suppose I am going to draw the triangular element only 2D dimension and revolve this body. So how do you see the same symmetrical we replica into this particular part. So it is the axis symmetrical element. The next you can see we are going to you know about this part name, that is a part, water part, that is for flower part, right? If you want to model this particular part, how do you model? By using CAD modeling like OEA, SolidWorks, or AutoCAD Fusion 360 or AutoCAD, whatever it is. So how do you draw? You can draw only for this particular curved shape only, and if it will be revolved to it, we getting this geometry. So it is called as axis symmetric element. This is also the same. This center of rotation element. To draw this one particular curvature after rotation about the axis, then we get this symmetrical part. Okay, that is called as axis symmetric. Next you are going to see the types of symmetry. So types of symmetry, that is reflective. This is the axis. You are drawn these type of an object, and reflective this type. In software you can use that is a mirror option in order to get the reflective. The next one is axis symmetry. The part is made up of symmetrical about an axis. Symmetrical about axis. I already explained in the previous slide. The next one is cyclic. Cyclic symmetry. What is the meaning of cyclic symmetry? So it is a cyclic symmetry. You know that it is a fan blade or a turbine. So it is called as cyclic symmetry. Cyclic symmetry occurs when geometry loads, constraints, results of a partial model can be copied around the axis in order to give the complete model. It is called as cyclic symmetry. Then next one is repetitive symmetry. So what is the meaning of repetitive symmetry? Is nothing but conveyor belt. So repeatedly coming through the cycles, it is called as repetitive symmetry. Okay. So next slide is we are going to discuss about the problem. Before going to solve this problem, we should understand the formula used in this sheet. So in this unit we are only going to study 8 formulas in order to solve the problem. If you are mug upping this formula in order to get 13 marks. Okay, so first you are going to see displacement function. If the displacement function u is equal to r comma z. In previous unit we have discussed about x comma y, but here r comma z because it is axisymmetrical problem. So axisymmetrical problem is nothing but rotational moment. So rotational is nothing but r comma z. The axis is represented here r comma z. So u of r comma z, w of r comma z. So that is n1, 0, n2, 0, n3, 0, 0, n1, 0, n2, 0, n3. So n1, n2, n3 it is called as shape function. And u1, w1, u2, w2, u3, w3. So it is called as displacement function. It is called as displacement. Second, area of triangle, the formula. So triangle formula, you know that half into d integral. Here it can be how it be calculated by half into the matrix of 1 r1 z1, 1 r2 z2, 1 r3 z2. Here r it is equal to r1 plus r2 plus r3 divided by 3. Z is equal to z1, z2, z3 plus divided by 2. Here what is the meaning of r1, r2? It is for the coordinate. In previous problem that is x1, y1. Here it is called as r1 z. So that is the difference. The third one is strain displacement matrix, that is B. So B is equal to 1 by 2A, that is 4 into 6 matrix. You remember that if you are going to solve strain displacement matrix, that is B, it is denoted by 4 into 6 matrix, 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 rows and 6 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 columns. So you remember that 4 into 6 matrix, that is called as B matrix, that is strain displacement matrix. So beta 1, 0, beta 2, 0, beta 3, 0. Then alpha 1 by r plus beta 1 plus gamma 1 z divided by r, 0, alpha 2 r plus beta 2 plus r2 z divided by r, then 0, alpha 3 by r, beta 3 plus gamma 3 z divided by r, then 0. Then 0, gamma 1, 0, gamma 2, 0, gamma 3. Then gamma 1, beta 1, gamma 2, beta 2, gamma 3, beta. Okay, here here r we can be calculated by this equation. Alpha 1 and beta 1 it will be calculated by this equation. Alpha 1 is equal to r2 z3 minus r3 z2. So what is the meaning of r2 z3? It is for your coordinate. Okay. Then fourth formula is stiffness matrix. So in many university questions they asked only about K matrix, that is stiffness matrix. So the K matrix, B transport D matrix and B matrix into 2 pi r into A. A is nothing but area of triangle. It is calculated by using this formula. The next one is D matrix. D matrix is calculated by this formula. Then D transport, nothing but row, it is transformed into column. So this row is transformed into column. So that is D transport. The next one is D matrix. D matrix is nothing but consecutive matrix. Okay. So that is fifth one is stress strain relationship matrix or as consecutive matrix. That is D is equal to E divided by 1 plus mu into 1 minus 2 mu. So this D matrix is 4 into 4 matrix. You can remember that is 1 row, second row, third row, fourth row, and 1 column, second column, third column, fourth column. So 4 into 4 matrix. So that is 1 minus gamma, then 1 minus gamma, the gamma 0. So it's a matrix. The gamma here it is nothing but Poisson ratio. E is a Young's modulus. E is a modulus. So Young's modulus and Poisson ratio which is given in the question paper itself. So directly you can substitute in order to find the stress strain relationship matrix. Then sixth one is element stress. Okay, element stress. We need to calculate the element stress particular element. Okay, so that is sigma is equal to D into U. Okay, D matrix, that is constructive matrix or stress strain relationship matrix, and B we already in third is D matrix. you can be multiplied Vt and V, and with respect to u1 omega 1, u2 omega 2, u3 omega. Okay. In forthcoming slide, we will see the problem. Okay. Then sigma r is nothing but radial stress. Sigma theta is nothing but the circumferential stress. Sigma z is nothing but longitudinal stress. Tau r z is nothing but shear stress. The next one, seventh formula is force. Suppose in stress element force, suppose the question they asked about force vector. Okay, load of force. So how it should be calculated? That is, force vector is equal to G transpose T, then strain of T into 2 pi r into K. Okay, strain of Et is a formula is there, that is alpha into del T, alpha into del T, 0 alpha into del T. Alpha is nothing but coefficient of thermal expansion. Del T is nothing but temperature difference. Del T is nothing but temperature difference. Okay. In problem, the temperature is given, then you need to calculate the force. You need to calculate the force by using this seventh formula. So in this slide, we need to must in unit 4 to remember this 8 formula. We need to solve this problem. Okay, next slide we are going to see the problem